for those 3.5 years when he started preaching, he didn't do all that by himself. All by himself. He had help. He gave duties to his disciples. Not everybody, just like another thing in camp, not everybody going to make the grade. Some people going to get cut. A whole lot of cutting, with Jesus in the spiritual realm, out of the book. But I ain't going to let it be all about the scripture today. But some people got cut. They couldn't make the grade when he was talking on how to do things, and lead. He didn't just do it. I would say Christ was more like an all-star because he did, he preached as they did. He healed, and the disciples he gave them power to do the same thing. So I would say he was more like an all-star player. He actually led the example for the whole team. How y'all doing out there again? Freddie Colsey checking in. Hope everything going well with everybody as always. Everybody on the up and up. Today I just had on my mind, I guess I came up with it, the thought in my head, watching, sports going on and things like that. Football kind of really jumping up now. I kind of want to talk about team. The word team, and when you think of you hear the sayings like there's no I in team. Everybody got to work together for one main goal, and that is to win the prize. So, I'll deal with this thinking on the word. I ain't really what you say got a whole lot wrote down, but I'm gonna try to talk about how some people take words and the letters of each word and make a meaning out of it. Mine's gonna be for team. I'm gonna talk about T gonna be stand for trust, and E gonna be ego, and 3 and 4 gonna have they gonna be like phrases. Ain't going to do is A, and 4 is gonna be M gonna be myself. Things that can break down a team. A team got to somewhat be cohesive if they plan to ever win, become a champion or something like that. So trust. Everybody got to be in some ways, just like say football, we'll go that way. Everybody got to be on somewhat the same page, and most teams in the natural, every year they have, a camp. The camp is pretty much, get all the quirks and and things, get the team to really get on one page, because like I said, you got people from different places in life, walks of life, and you don't know how the person's household is, but all the purpose of camp is to try to, being that all that is happening, and people, they try to get together so all of them can focus on football. That's why they have camp. They get up the same time, eat the same time, just like military. That's what they do, to pretty much get them on the mindset of the duty that need to be done, to obviously win a goal. That's pretty much for every team. That's what camp is. But and like you go for those period of few weeks, hopefully get on one accord, as we would say, and things like that. If somebody got a feel funny towards somebody else, you hopefully, but during that duration, they'll get all right, because you get out there in the field to do something, and you got issue with your fellow, that they going, and that can cause a whole lot of no trust issues. If y'all got trust issues, that ain't gonna help the game. When you're in the field. So that's kind of what camp is. Like I say, camp. That's what it's supposed to be able to do. Plus you learn all the tactics on how to win a championship. But if that trust breakdowns, and like I say, you don't get issues resolved before it's time to go in the field, that can really hurt hurt things. So trust, you gotta trust everybody, in your group, your team, and if everybody ain't on that same track, that could hurt. The obviously goal is to, win a championship or win war. You gotta be on the same page so you don't make any mistakes. If that trust break down, it's likely you'll bring hurt to your team and and everything else. If you got trust issues, you got to shell them out. And second one would be you can't have an ego, because a lot of people have ego. I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. But actually, you still do got a problem if you got that type of heart set, towards somebody. Some there, that's why a lot of people say in most things you got to talk certain things out. If it's a problem there when you looking at somebody, man, you got a funny face or something, or things like that, a little chip on your shoulders. You got some people, like I say, have a chip on their shoulders, and sometimes don't even want to talk to people. Sometimes, and also it split it in two ways. Some people just feel that they better than everybody too, and that can't work either. Cause if a person like that, in certain things, in certain sports, if they got a arrogant leader, or see that, let's say a quarterback or somebody think they are too much, everybody know it, and when it come time, they know when they have to block. They may not block, and the opposite person may let them have it. So you can't have that either. That ego gotta change. You can't have no ego, and like I say, anything, because you need people. You need somebody. Even spiritually. For those I don't. Even Christ, when he came on the scene, he didn't do the whole job of preaching and healing. For those 3.5 years when he started preaching, he didn't do all that by himself. All by himself. He had help. He gave duties to his disciples. Not everybody, just like another thing in camp, not everybody gonna make the grade. Some people gonna get cut. A whole lot of cutting, with Jesus in the spiritual realm, out of the book. But I ain't gonna let it be all about the scripture today, but some people got cut. They couldn't make the grade when he was talking on how to do things, and lead. He didn't just do it. I would say Christ was more like an all-star, because he did, he preached as they did. He healed, and the disciples he gave them power to do the same thing. So I would say he was more like an all-star player. He actually led the example for the whole team. So, not just saying that that's the type of leader you will want. Just like in football, you want that type of leader. You have your people around you, want to always, they respect you, and number three, ain't going to do it. You got, like I say, that's another thing. You can't have that attitude if you want to, like I say, help the team. You can't be thinking about yourself. I may go ahead and group number 4 in M myself. You can't have that in you. You gotta look at me thinking more, like I say, back to a little spiritual thing. And when Christ come back, he's looking for a church. It's gonna be a church for me, people on one accord with one mindset. That's going to be several people, but, because everybody is on the same page, it can classify it as one church, just like a marriage. It's two people, but they're one. So, and if, like I say, if a person, I don't care what form of team you're on, any team, naturally, you can't have one person always pulling one way, and a person, one person can mess up a whole thing for everybody else, being selfish, being myself. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown. So y'all know what that means, boy. I'm grown and don't have no explanation why you can't do it. Just I'm grown. I take care of myself. Can't be that way when you're a part of a team. You know, you can't. You got to get along with people. Now that don't mean, like I say, everything you gonna do. You know, but for the most part, and very important things. You know, like saying the team, you got to be on time. Got to make practices. You know, and do, you know, to do your part. Show up. You got to show up for your part. And like I said, you got to know that everything will always go your way and always right. You know, yeah, man, I can keep talking all day, but I don't want the video be too long. You know, I've been out almost about a month now. You know, I thank the Lord, you know, I went through that little, well, I ain't have a whole lot of the symptoms, but I did catch that that virus. But I thank God I'm well now. You know, so I just thank God I'm here. You know, there are some people who ain't here, but I know, you know, it's his favor that I'm here today. So, but anyway, man, during that time, I just at home, I'm like thinking thoughts going through your head, you know, man. And like I say, you know, for Sunday coming up, I want to always do something, you know, even though we're not in a building, you don't see me in a building like you probably have on my videos, but you know, Christ want to live here anyway. It ain't about a building, you know. Not saying you don't need to go to church. You need to go to church when you can. You know, it may be a time where you can't go. You feel me? You know, you gotta always appreciate God everywhere, every chance you get. You know, always gotta appreciate God for what He do. But spiritually, like I say, even in the church house, even that's how the church gotta work that way too. You know, you gotta do your part. Gotta do your part. Like I say, in a camp, like all those, like in the natural, in the camp, like I said, it's supposed to get you strong enough. You know, being a part of a team, you know, that's, like I said earlier, I was saying that the whole point of it, you know, to get everybody in pretty much the same place, to do the same thing, get up the same time, practice the same time, to have that one concept. That one concept, you know, it works the same way in the church. You got to meet together, learn together, figure out what work, be smart. Because, like I say, the ultimate goal, like in the natural, is to win a championship. Ours is to win souls. You know, that's what we have to always be figuring out. Because a lot of things, you know, in camp, you may not get everything. Hopefully you get the most part, but sometimes, like in certain fights or teams that you face or things that you face in life, you know, you have to make sometimes readjustments. You know, that's what practice for. That's why you have to, just about every other day or sometimes in that way, you got to have some practice. You know, and certain things you thought may not work. You got to try something else. You know, that's the only point about being together sometimes. You know, hopefully you don't miss if you don't have to or practice. Because, like I say, you can lose something. But it's always good, you know, have tape so you can go over it. You know, during my time, you know, I may miss some service, but I had somebody, you know, who would send me the service. So I'll still be, like I say, ready. You know, or still get the word, get fed what I need to do, you know. But like I said, I just thank God, you know, and plus, like I said, I want to put out a video for Sunday, you know. That's why I had in me things that can break down a team, what can break it down, you know. That's why I did that today, had that to say today. You know, we want to all stay a team. You know, look at things in that way. If you're in a group, or work team, just it can break down. If you at work, Especially I know about that fast food thing. You know, somebody being bossy, okay, you can handle it all by yourself then. You know, things like that. You know what I'm saying? People back off. You know, they won't block for you just like in football, or they won't defend right. In some other competitive sports, they won't defend it right because of you. You can't have no ego. You know, and like I say, you can't have no trust issues. You can't be all about yourself. And I ain't gonna do, because a lot of people won't do for you. If you got to be like that, nobody won't have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But anyway, Freddie Causey, I appreciate y'all time. I respect y'all time. Don't be out. Be safe. Stay thankful. I'll see y'all on this go round. Peace out.